Hello, nerds. This is a very special episode. It's going to be a real short one because I made a promise a few days ago that I would donate $200 to a forward party candidate, and that it would be based entirely on who got the most approval votes on ofthepeople.us. So as a reminder, you can look here and see who are the forward party endorsees. If you go to ofthepeople.us, I'll show you. And then you click on this tag, forward party endorsed. It'll show you 12 candidates. And they're all listed here. And they're ranked in order of most recent approval votes. So I said at 9 o'clock Pacific time, I was going to donate to the number one most approval voted forward party candidate on OTP of thepeople.us. And we are 14 minutes away from figuring out who to donate to. Right now, the top three are Evan McMullin, running for U.S. Senate in Utah, January Walker, running for Congress, also in Utah, and Abigail Spanberger, who's running for Congress in Virginia's 7th district. So those are probably your top three. Now, if you're watching this live, and I know there's a few people in the live stream now, and you haven't voted yet, now's your chance. I'll put a link in the chat. It's basically ofthepeople.us, but I'll give you like a deep link list. So that's now in the chat. And all you need to do is, let's go over each one. Let's say you really like Evan McMullin. So you click on his profile. You can see his little kind of one-liner. You can see a link to his website, his Twitter, his tags. You can read more about him. You can see a recent video about him. You can see what he's been tweeting about. Ooh, wow, look, he's really close with Mike Lee. So he's looking for a rush donation today. Maybe I'll be giving it to him. And then you can see some similar candidates based on the tags. So now if you're like, oh yeah, I want Tom to donate to Evan, all you need to do is click on the approval button right here. And if you do, it'll ask you to sign in with Google, or you can sign up here to create a username and password, or if you already have an OTP account, you just say sign in with Google, or you click on sign up if you don't. And then once you sign up or sign in, it'll say remove approval, which means that it's been registered. Or let's say you want to vote for January Walker, who actually, to be honest, has been surging today. She was like 9th yesterday, and now she's 2nd. So her supporters have been, as she's been rallying her troops to participate in this this voting process. So you can see here, January, a little bit about her, video of her speaking about her run. I mean, what's notable is she's not running as a Republican or Democrat, but I think United, what the heck, some independent party, something like United Utah or something, maybe Utah United. Any rate, so you see here, her tweets are saying, "Hey, can you help us see if that $200 will help us buy 3 more 4x8 signs?" Wow, she's giving an ROI. So if you like January Walker, I will say, I believe she has a longer shot, but she might be one of those candidates where you're like, hey, I want her to make a statement, or you never know, she could surprise. Then you would click on the approve button here, and again, you would have to log in or sign up. It takes like a minute if you haven't signed up, or you can sign up with Google, and it's even faster. And then she'd move up in the rankings. And then Abigail Spanberger is running for Congress in Virginia. She's third, and you can see more about her here. I think she was in the CIA before. Video, some of her recent tweets. And then if you're like, yeah, I like Abigail, then you click on approve, and you can actually, vote for more than one. I think in this case, you should vote for whoever you want, but I won't tell you who to vote for. And then the other people running or endorsed by the Forward Party are Leah Madden, who was on the show just this weekend, Lisa Murkowski, Mark Kelly, Adam Frisch, Mercedes Cruz, John Fetterman, oh no, I don't think Fetterman got the Forward Party endorse. Hold on. Let's see. You got Evan, January, Abigail, Liam, Lisa, Mark, Adam, Mercedes, Jay McFarland, Clint Smith, Matthew Deemer, and Marie Glusenkamp Perez. So those are our top three are Evan, January, and Abigail. So if you haven't voted yet, now is your last chance. And let's see, Jim McBride is saying, hey, I pitched Abigail working with Ford, and she's a Dem incumbent, was totally cool with the idea. It would send an amazing message to Dems that they can earn Ford party support if they back RCB, etc. So yeah, like Abigail is an interesting candidate. We can go a little bit more into her. Let's see. She was in federal law enforcement working narcotics and money laundering. She then became a case officer at the agency. And then she went into private sector. And then she was elected to the Congress, serves on House Foreign Affairs and Agriculture. Has consistently been ranked one of the most bipartisan members of Congress from Virginia. And one of the most bipartisan members of Congress overall. She went in high school Spanish immersion program, UVA graduate, lived in Germany, earned her MBA. Yeah, married, has 3 daughters. So she's an interesting candidate. If you like Abigail, just go ahead and click that approve button. I will refresh. I don't know if any people have been voting recently, but right now, Evan and January and Abigail are still the top 3. So how close are we from 9 p.m.? We are 7 minutes away from the $200. Right now, unless some new votes come in for January or Abigail, it looks like Evan's going to get the money. I like all of them. I think they're all very impressive. Jim is saying that Abigail was ranked the 5th most bipartisan in Congress. She is vice chair of the problem. So, Jim, I hope you voted. Have you, Jim? If you haven't, now's the time, bro. Or ask. You know what you should do? I don't know if you have a direct line to Abigail, but she should just tweet out, hey, click on this link and vote for me in the next 6 minutes. Might be hard because I know East Coast is probably midnight over there. So while we're waiting for the OTP polls to close, let me do this. I want to thank the people who make Of the People possible. So this is an all volunteer project. So as an example, today, Ian Schaefer, who's our technical co-founder, and I were working pretty much the full day. We also had Shay Ellison help us out. on some front-end engineering. So it's all volunteers. But we do have costs for like GitHub and for Amazon Web Services. And I just signed up for a web monitoring service. So that costs money. And the people that help make of the people a functional project are the people that click on this button here, accelerate, which then goes to our Patreon page. By the way, one of the things that happened today was Andrew Yang retweeted, see that? A link to OTP. So thank you, Andrew Yang, for supporting this little contest. Who makes of the people possible? Well, it would be our Patreon supporters. And who are our patrons? In order of support, they are Eric Sanchez, Elizabeth Owen, Tony Perella, Rockout, Iggy C, Aaron Sarnat, John Perino, Rob, Timothy Jordan, Jessica Ganoan, Trickle Up, Muhan Jang, Travis Klein, Austin Bagan, Mai Zamiris, and Dylan Shell. So thank you to our patrons for... Oh, Jim says he voted already. Yes, good job, Jim. So that's who makes of the people possible. Let's refresh. We got Evan, January, and Abigail still in the top 3, and we have 4 more minutes to go. So while we're waiting, we're going to, at 9 o'clock, we will announce the winner, and then I will donate right on the live stream. I will show you the proof. So you know that, some people say like, oh, if you retweet this, or if this gets this many likes, or if I get this many followers, I'll donate this. But then you never know. Like sometimes you don't know if they actually do it, but I'm going to do it. I always follow through on my commitments, at least, as it relates to this kind of stuff. So, and hopefully most things in life. Now, who makes Nerds for Humanity, this channel, possible? People who are watching on YouTube, if you see that join link, let's say you already voted, you want to kind of do something else, you could become a channel member, and channel members help pay for our podcast hosting fees and some of our software licensing fees. Who are our biggest supporters? Okay, let's start with our highest level, which is Soldier 1. So I'm going to share our channel supporters, channel members. And Drea, by the way, Drea just voted. Thank you, Drea. A lot of people voted. Thank you for participating. All right. Soldier 1, highest level supporter, 30 months, senior vice president. Next, Kristen Slevin and Bike, vice president level, executive supporters. Next, hardcore nerds. Gene, David, DK, Jekalogo, Kirsch, Mr. History, Mona, Vaughn, Yang, Robert, Dean, Statner, Galessa, Jay Perrin, AH, Dana, Jason, Parth, Daniel, and Mickey. And thank you to StreamYard for supporting our live stream. And our verified nerds, only $1.99 a month, cancel anytime. Lisa, Albert, Brandon, Arez, Sophia, Doris, Emerald, Ben, Rasta, James, Emma, Ira, Elizabeth, Shoni, Dr. Jameson, William, Karen, Arden, Emery, Mai, Brittany, Warren, Wana, Lucky, Kevin, Nell, Mercy Ann, Toby, Jeremy, David, Nicholas, Mike, Aurora, Lisa, N, Carter, and Zig PC. All right, are we at? Oh, we're at 8:59. Might as well share the OTP screen and see what we have here. We're going to refresh. Oh, still looks like Evan, January, and Abigail. We are, it's 9 o'clock. I set an alarm. So congratulations to Evan McMullen, who is the winner of our $200. I will say kudos to January Walker for rallying her troops. She went from like 11th place to like 5th place to 4th to 3rd to 2nd, and she almost got there to 1st. Unfortunately, not this time, but it won't be the last time we do a contest like this. I think when we launch a new feature on Of the People called, not called, but they are Ask Me Anythings, we will ask any OTP candidate or any candidate that wants to participate to host an AMA. And if they do answer a few questions, we will basically give some. I'll donate something to whoever gets the most approval votes that has an active AMA going. But now it's time to give some money to Evan McMullen, and we will use Of the People because it has all these handy links. So congrats again to Evan McMullen. I'll give you, if you guys have been supporting him, all the Evan McMullen supporters, you guys did a good job for voting for him. Now he's going to get that bag from the Nerd for Humanity. So what's beautiful about OTP is you got the headshot, the name, the one-liner, the zip code. You might be like, well, why do you have the zip code? So now, as an example, if I'm in Utah and I want to sort by location, let's say 8410. Let me give a Utah. Now you can see by this zip code, January, Evan, and Jay are the closest. Of course, they're all in Utah. So and then I can say, well, what about just from the forward party? Then I have Adam Frisch, and then we get further and further from Utah. So that's what, we're very proud of our zip code sorting option. You just put in your zip code and we'll show you who's close to you. And then you can filter by forward party if you so choose. So not only can I see more about him, I can watch a video. And a key U.S. Senate race. Right? Interview with him. I can see his tweets and then see similar candidates. But I can also click on a link to his official website. And now I'm going to go to his website, and it's probably going to ask me to give my credit card information. So I'm going to have to, I don't think I can share my screen at that point, but let me go right up until that point. So we're going to go to donate to Evan McMullen. We're going to say $200, right? That's what we promised. Okay. And then I'm going to say next. I hope you don't show my info. Let me stop sharing. Hold on. Okay. Let me put in my info. Payment details. Credit card. That. And then I'm going to say complete, and then I'll share my screen when it gives me the confirmation. All right. I will show you the proof. Share screen. Donate. See that? Now I can even share that. Well, why won't it let me share on Twitter? Oh, well, what if I click on this? No. Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. We are going to copy that. Now we're going to tweet to Evan and say, we're going to tweet together. Let's show you. Oh yeah, the numbers above his title was, I think, zip code, Jim. Here we go. Hey, Evan McMullen. As a result of the Nerds for Humanity and of the people supporters approval voting you the most of all at Forward Party endorsees. Here, I'll put a little link to our Forward Party list of OTP candidates. I promised to donate $200 to whomever was trending on OTP, and that was you. Let's see if I can find their little email receipt. Mail. Thomas. Your donation receipt. Here it is. All right. I'm going to copy that bad boy. And I'll have to blur out my credit card info. Where be the blur? There it is. Blur that. This is real time tweeting, guys. Come on now. There we go. Okay, I think we're ready. Copy. And then we're going to go back here. I'm going to paste the image. Yes. P.S. Thanks to at Andrew. I think Andrew Yang's tweet promoting helped you. Okay. So we have, hi, Evan, as a result of the Nerds for Humanity and of the people supporters, approval voting you the most of all four parties here. I have donated $200. I donated 200 to whomever was trending on. Okay. Tweet looks good, right, folks? We ready to send this bad boy? Oh, are you going to share numbers of votes? That's not a feature in OTP right now. It just does it by order. But I would say it's many dozen. I don't think it's like hundreds of votes. So, which is why if you know of a candidate, like many dozen for each candidate, if you know of a candidate that isn't on OTP, like they should totally participate in these contests. It's, you know, like you have a real shot. Any rate, okay, so here we go. I think we're ready to send it out. And then we'll say, P.S. Thanks to our technical co-founder at iShafe for building most of OTP. Okay. All right. Tweet done. So we have, again, fulfilled our obligation as promised. But before we go, I do want to give some, shout outs to the other candidates because let's see here. Are you serious? Oh my God. Dudes. January Walker just became first. No. Oh, January, I'm so sorry. But I said it was at 9 and it's 9:10 and I did refresh it at 9 o'clock. Oh, so close. I think you might have been off by just a few votes. Um, well, yeah, that's a bummer. Well, right now, all the more reason to give a shout out to January Walker running in Utah, then Evan as of 9:10. But at 9 o'clock, Evan was number one, then Abigail. But since January is number one, let's give her a little free promotion and we'll watch a little bit of her video.
Welcome. Thank you so much for having me. My name is January Walker, and I am the U.S. House of Representatives congressional candidate for District 4. I am, quite honestly, so honored and excited to be here and to have the opportunity to represent the United Utah Party. I want to start by sharing my QR code with you. If you open up your phone and go to your camera, you can scan the code and it'll take you to a link where you can view my website, donate, and follow me on social media. There are a lot of exciting things happening right now within the political community. Never before have we seen such disruption.
Can you guys hear
or
her?
had the parties be on such unstable ground. In the past, the narrative has been you're a third party or an independent and you can't win. If you want to be a public servant, then you need to join our major party. But this year has been different. When I talk to local politicians throughout the state, they've had a new tune. And for the first time, they're saying, yeah, go ahead and run independent or third party. You could actually win over a major party candidate in Utah. That is big. And it's something that we've never really seen before. The biggest complaint on election day is that the major party choices on the ballots are not satisfactory, and the people feel like they're forced to pick between the worst options. I'm getting into politics because I want to give the people a best option candidate. Our country is facing major challenges between growing concerns with unethical practices from technology giants, environmental crises such as poor air quality and water scarcity, and housing prices that are skyrocketing. We don't need politicians that encourage violence, that focus on extreme politics, or claim that constituents are being disrespectful when they ask for transparency. The major parties are so busy fighting each other that they've forgotten who they're fighting for. The majority of Americans are exhausted by this approach to representation. Utah deserves a best-in-class representative. They deserve someone who listens and understands the issues, that won't waste time arguing over partisan topics with sound bites that lead to no meaningful outcomes.
All right. So that was a little bit of January Walker. I feel so bad that I feel bad because I know she was hustling and getting her supporters to approval vote her on OTP. I think it was just hard to overcome when Andrew Yang retweeted and he's been out campaigning for Evan. I think Evan got, he got a lot of action, but then to January Walker's supporters' credit, they actually passed Evan, just not by 9 p.m. January, if you or anyone on your team is watching this and you want to come on to Of the People, sorry, come on to Nerds for Humanity and talk about your campaign and your background and what you're running for and what kind of help you want to get from people, just reach out to me and we'll make sure we give you as much airtime and exposure as we can. And hopefully you'll participate in our next OTP contest, which, we'll try and get up as soon as we launch our new AMA feature, Ask Me Anything. And I'm sure you're going to do a great job there. And hopefully anybody watching this who's like, oh man, Tom gave 200 to Evan and January didn't get anything and she came so close. You all can go check out and learn more about January Walker on Of the People. Just click on her profile. You can see, follow her on Twitter. You can go to her website and donate yourself. And then you can see what she's been tweeting about, and some similar candidates. So, go check out January Walker. I feel like it's always good to see people challenging the incumbents and the incumbent parties. So with that, I'm going to say good night, nerds, because it's Sunday night and I got to go to bed because I got a big week. Got to pay the bills at the day job. All right. Good night, nerds, and congrats to all the Evan McMullin supporters. Evan, I hope you put the money to good use and pull out an upset, and then come on to the Nerd Show and talk about your campaign as well. So if any of you guys are working with the McMullin campaign, please put in a good word for the Nerd Zone. Bye, nerds.